This is the book that just cracked the code on turning C students into A performers. And this is the AI tutor that's already doing it in over 30,000 classrooms. Sal Khan didn't just theorize about personalized learning, he built it, he tested it, and he proved that AI can give every student their own personal Aristotle. So this summer, I read A Brave New World by Sal Khan, and I have to say that the results that Khan discovered will transform how you think about student achievement. We're talking about gains so dramatic, they take students from the 50th percentile to the 96th percentile. But here's what Khan found that blindsided everyone, including me. The biggest transformation wasn't even academic, it was psychological. And it's creating ripple effects in schools that go beyond test scores. So what exactly did Khan discover? He solved what researchers call the 2 sigma problem. So Benjamin Bloom's 1984 finding that tutored students outperform 98% of their classroom peers. For 40 years, nobody could figure out how to scale that kind of personal attention, until now. Khan's AI breakthrough doesn't just match human tutoring. In some ways, it surpasses it. But here's the question that kept me up after reading this book. If AI can transform individual student learning this dramatically, what does this mean for team leaders trying to implement these tools across entire schools? In the next few minutes, you'll see Khan's 3 breakthrough discoveries, the shocking psychological results from real classrooms, and the implementation challenge that Khan's book doesn't fully address, but that every educational leader needs to understand. Part 1, the 2 sigma breakthrough. Let's start with the research that changed everything. In 1984, Benjamin Bloom discovered something remarkable. Students with one-on-one tutors performed 2 standard deviations better than traditional classroom students. That means the average tutored student outperformed 98% of students in regular classes. Bloom called it the 2 sigma problem because nobody could scale personal tutoring to every student. The economics just don't work out. So how did Khan crack this 40-year-old puzzle? Well, more than 50 efficacy studies on Khan Academy show that students using the platform just 30 to 60 minutes weekly experienced 20 to 60% learning acceleration. In mastery learning settings like Khan Lab School, students are gaining 1.5 to 3 years of math learning per year. But here's what makes this revolutionary. The AI doesn't just give answers. Watch how Khan's Kamingo actually tutors. When a student asks for help with polynomials, Kamingo responds, "Let's break it down. The degree of the polynomial is the highest power of the variable. Can you identify the term with the highest power of x?" So if the student gets it wrong, Kamingo might say something like, "Close, but not quite. Remember, we're looking for the highest power of x. Let's try it again together." Notice what's happening here. This is the Socratic tutoring at scale. But how does it avoid the one-size-fits-all trap that kills most educational technologies? Part 2, the personalization revolution. Here's Khan's second breakthrough, true personalization that remembers and adapts. Kamingo remembers every previous conversation and builds a complete picture of how each student learns best. Watch this transformation in action. A student struggling with algebra asks, "Why should I care about this?" and mentions loving soccer. Kamingo immediately responds by creating math problems about modeling goals scored based on practice hours. Days later, when that same student works on history about federalism, the AI remembers and says, "Imagine a soccer league. Does each team govern itself, or does a central authority govern the team?" The AI learns whether you prefer formal or casual language, short answers or detailed explanations, and it remembers what motivates you and uses that across every subject to keep you fully engaged. Khan describes this as giving every student what Alexander the Great had with Aristotle, a tutor who slows down when you struggle, speeds up when you grasp concepts quickly, and adapts completely to your learning style. But here's what I found most intriguing. if this level of personalization is possible for students, what happens when teams of teachers coordinate around these insights? Part 3, the unexpected psychological breakthrough. Now here's the discovery that changes everything, and it's not what Khan expected to find. The school city of Hobart, Indiana piloted Conmingo with their students for 6 months. Khan was measuring academic gains in math and reading. But Superintendent Peggy Buffington discovered something completely different. The biggest improvement? Student self-confidence. Buffington explains, student achievement has to start with building confidence. Our job is to equip students with the confidence in their abilities. The AI is a game changer here. Here's what's happened. Students who were uncomfortable raising hands in class became fearless with the AI tutor. They would ask questions they would never ask publicly, got personalized feedback without judgment, and built confidence that transferred back to human interactions. They come to school feeling confident in their work. Buffington says the confidence levels we're seeing the AI build in these kids is amazing. But here's the question this raises. If AI can build individual confidence this effectively, how do we scale that psychological safety across entire school cultures? Part 4, the classroom reality. Khan reveals a sobering truth about today's classrooms. The average American classroom in 2019 contains students spanning 3 grade levels of ability. After the pandemic, that spread expanded to 6 grade levels. Picture this, teachers supporting learners who are 4 to 5 grade levels behind while keeping students who are ready to accelerate from getting bored. It's an impossible task until now. Here's where Khan's research gets really compelling. Efficacy studies showed classrooms using Khan Academy just 30 to 60 minutes weekly during the pandemic didn't just avoid learning loss, they outperformed pre-COVID standards by 20 to 40%. But here's what's fascinating. The students seeing these dramatic results weren't just randomly using AI. They were implementing it systematically, which raises the crucial question Khan's book doesn't fully answer. Part 5, the implementation challenge. Khan brilliantly solved the individual learning challenge. But what about the team coordination challenge? Here's what Khan doesn't explicitly address. Successful AI implementation requires collaborative leadership. The schools achieving 20 to 40% gains above pre-COVID levels, they weren't just giving students AI tools and hoping for the best. They were coordinating which tools to use, sharing insights about what worked, supporting teachers through the technology transition, and collectively analyzing the data AI provides about student achievement. Khan writes, students who learn to use AI ethically and productively may learn at an exponentially higher rate and remain competitive throughout their careers. But here's the team leadership insight. AI amplifies whatever collaborative capacity already exists. Great teams using AI will see exponential gains. Teams without strong collaboration will struggle to harness AI's potential. So how do we bridge this gap between Khan's individual solution and the systematic implementation schools actually need? Synthesis, the complete transformation. So Khan has provided the technology. Over 30,000 students are proving it works. The 2 Sigma problem is solved. But realizing Khan's vision of Aristotle for everyone requires what he calls for but doesn't quite detail, and that's systematic team coordination around AI implementation. So your action step, read Brave New Worlds to understand Khan's complete AI vision, then grab the team discussion questions below and have this conversation with your colleagues this week. The question isn't whether AI will transform education, it's whether your team will lead that transformation together. These 12 questions will get you started on the right foot. Remember, Khan's breakthrough, every student can now have personalized tutoring that meets them at their zone of proximal development. Your job as a team lead is creating the collaborative systems that make that vision a reality. Drop a comment. What's your biggest question about implementing AI in your school? I respond to every comment and would love to help you think through your strategy. Subscribe for more insights on building teams that harness AI for exponential learning gains. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.